Namaskara. A very warm good morning to all of you ladies and gentlemen. A very warm and cordial greeting to each one gathered here. It's my privilege to stand before you to address the esteemed members of the media. And through this, it is an honor to share the story of AJAX. I warmly welcome you to visit our shop floor and the first ever MegaCon that AJAX has organized in order to showcase its capabilities in product development, in new concepts and ideas, and also showcase our capability, which is centered around product reliability, product quality, our supplier base, and the strength of our distribution system, and a very strong and effective network for sales and after-sales support. Friends, I welcome you now, and we'll walk through the shop floor and go over to MegaCon, see the products, and then come back for a slightly more detailed presentation on the subjects that we have on offer today. Thank you.
The first biggest 3D printer in India, which has done two major critical projects, one in Chennai, the other one in Chandigarh, which we'll see later. And the size of this printer is, it prints 11 meter in length and 12 meter in width at a height of about 10 meters.
So it looks like a sample building of around 350 square feet. So it has a hall, a room and a kitchen. So it is for like cost-effective mass housing programs. So this kind of housing will be very useful. And it can be constructed at a very faster rate. For example, if the height is around some 3 meters, so per day at least by 1 meter, so in 3 days we can complete up to the ceiling level.
So you are going to see the live demonstration now at present, and you can see that all these three directions the nozzle is moving. It's moving along the Y direction, which we call it along the length, and along the X direction, and up and down it is also moving in. Also in this case, you see the nozzle is rectangular in nature, which means that when there is a curve, the nozzle starts to rotate to form the shape of that curve. The size of each of these is about 50 millimeter. 50 millimeter and a gap of 50 millimeter and a gap of 50 millimeter and then again a 50 millimeter. So it's the whole size of the wall is about 150 millimeter, and wherever required we have the as per the design we have reinforcement. So the reinforcements are easy to place. Just keep the reinforcement at the level, each level where we have to place it. It's a layer by layer construction. You can see layer by layer construction, and each layer height is about 20 to 25 millimeters. We can also vary the size of the width. We can go up to 60-70 millimeter, and the wall's width also, if the number of floors are more, we can go with a more wider wall. Sir,
Sir, in the cement construction,
Yes.
curing is very, very important.
Yes.
So what about the curing, this one arrangement in
Yes, in this case, actually if you see it's a quick setting concrete now.
So it's a
Yeah, quick
reinforcement.
setting concrete. There are chemical additives which are added in this. Because of which the concrete starts to settle. When we start to put the next layer, this layer has to be strong enough to hold this layer. And if you see the bottom layer should be enough to hold this layer, which we were talking about 1 to 1.5 meter in a single day. Even we can go up to 2 meters in a single day. So with that rate of printing, the wall should be strong enough to hold. So it's a quick setting concrete, and in a similar way, we have to do the water. We have to do it for curing, like how conventionally we do it.
conventional curing has
yes,
to be.
but the construction is continuous in nature. Once we complete the say the first floor, the ground floor wall, then we put the ceiling, the roof, the slab. That can be done in a conventional manner, and immediately we can start in 2 days' time the next floor. So in that way, it has already been done and proven also in both the largest 3D printed construction site in Chandigarh, and the other one large housing with precast parts which were built and assembled in Chennai.
So what is the longevity of the building? What the guarantee
It
that you
is
are going to
actually
give?
now what is happening, there is going to be a standard on this. With the government we are working, and also with reputed institutes like IIT. And once the standard is there, we can say that the life is on par with the other conventional way of making it. If a building lasts for about 40 years, 50 years, this also will last for 50 years.
One floor can manage for 1 day.
Yes, yes, we can. We are actually, it's again the concrete, setting time of concrete. If the setting time of concrete, if with the future we may be able to do it faster, then you can say that we can go much faster in printing. Printing speed, there is no limitation. We have much faster. You can see it's a robotic arm. If you look at it, it's a robotic. We can increase the speed at which we want to print it. So it's only the setting time because of which we are limiting it.
Sir.
Yeah, and if you look now at present, whatever we have constructed, we constructed more than 1 meter wall now, and it has been done in a single day's time. So we will continue only, we wanted you to show the live, so that's why we went slow, so that we would have gone much higher and completed the wall by now. We are running it 24/7 in the evening and day, and in the construction site we saw that in the night, the complete night the machine was on, and a large building which I was talking about 12 meter by 11 meter by 10 meter was done in a very short period of time.
And the last question, what is the cost comparatively?
Yes,
This is
yes,
most
yes,
important.
yes. So we can discuss in detail about it.
Yeah.
For the projects which are mass housing projects, I can tell it is much competitive. For a mass housing project, it's going to be much competitive. The moment it comes to mass housing project, the time duration to complete the project will be less than 1/3. 1/3 the time we can complete the project.
Time is saved, I agree.
Yes.
What about
Then,
the cost?
yes, then the labor charges. The labor also comes down by 1/3. And again, the third is on the wastage. Almost you can say in this case, the wastage is close to nil.
It's a good question. There was a time when semiconductors were very expensive. Today the chips have become 1/100th of their original price. The technology is evolutionary. I can say this that once things start happening at scale and at mass, what we are seeing is a unit buildings. What we have done are unit buildings. What he has spoken about, just look at this curve. Right? There is much lesser wastage of material. You can design it the way you wish. He will talk about labor, he will talk about cost of material, he will talk about efficiency, he will talk about the flexibility that is provided. Once he does that, you will be able to also get an understanding if you construct a 1,200 square feet house, how much affordable it becomes vis-a-vis the relative cost of doing it in conventional. So once he talks about data, and there is a presentation after this, once you see that, you will get much clearer idea. So in Chandigarh, we have done a G+2, and this is machine 1.0. So the machine 2.0 is going to be even bigger than this. So that can actually go up to G+3.
Yeah. So actually, two areas we need to look at. One is what is the length and width of this machine. In a single stretch at present now, I was talking about 11 by 12 meter length and width. And in future, the next one will be 16 meter wide and 20 meter long is the next length. So which means that with the next generation products, I can tell that we are going to have any size of the building. And if you want to make bigger than that building, you can do the precast parts, means the large size parts produced just adjacent to the site where you want to build the building. So we can, both way we can do it. And then comes to the, say, some standardizations, like for example, somebody wants to have, say, curved surface building or villas. We can do the villas of any shape and size. We can extremely well use the space available in constructing the house to the size what you want, and leaving the space what is required exactly equal to that, which means accuracy is extremely high. You can say it's a millimeter accuracy you get in this machine.
Sir, if you build for the 30-40 in the city area,
Yeah.
how to construction is possible?
Yes. If you are building on a 30-40 site, actually if we say individual site, it's a little difficult to transport and do it. If it is a site, say villa sites, project sites, what you want to do, you can just install. You can see it's only the blocks. The blocks are part of the machine. So on the blocks you can assemble it. It takes only a day's time to assemble the machine. In 1 day time you can assemble the machine, and it's easy to transport on a trailer. Just place it on 2 trailers and transport the equipment. And once in a day's time, once it's ready, plug it and start to print the house. So the foundation is done in a conventional manner, because the foundation, this is mainly to construct all the walls and the vertical constructions, and the other things can be done in the conventional manner. So on a 30-40 site, if there is a 2-bedroom house to be printed, it can easily be done. I can say in printing the walls will take less than 3 days to complete the job.
I think it's a momentous occasion for us, because this is the first time we have showcased to the world, through all of you, our world-class 3D printing. To us, like any multinational would do, this happens to be a global launch and not just an India launch, because we are ready for the world with that product. Many of you may have known AJAX Engineering, but for those who don't, AJAX Engineering was started in the year 1992. And since then, it's been 3 decades and more for us in this business. Over this period, we've become a comprehensive 360-degree concrete equipment company, which provides not just products but solutions to the construction industry. We've reached this position through a journey that is deeply rooted in product development, design and engineering, innovation, quality and reliability of our products, and the strength of our distribution channel, which ensures that customers get the product wherever and whenever they need it, including the after-sales support that is so key to the success in this business. Friends, we have played a very pivotal role in establishing ourselves at the forefront of developing infrastructure in India. We often hear "make in India." But having said that, where will an Indian company go? It is obviously going to make in India. But a little pun on the "make in India," we have been making India for the last 30 plus years. हम भारत बनाते हैं और भारत को बनाते आए हैं. And you will see that as time goes along. The government has been speaking of elements like Atmanirbhar Bharat, Vikasit Bharat, and so on and so forth. We at AJAX very strongly believe that India is poised for India's decade. This is a very confident and aspirational India. This is an India that is not just going to be built by large companies, but SMEs like ourselves, who will champion the cause of India's competence in design and engineering. Friends, you have often heard that countries, nations grow by many ways. India started its growth via agriculture, moved into agriculture and services, and now is strongly poised to make sure that manufacturing becomes a critical domain in India's growth story. And I'm reminded of some of the important statements that our External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, and it will not be out of proportion to quote him on a few areas which we believe are exceedingly important for the growth story of manufacturing. He goes to say that India's growth cannot be built on Chinese efficiency, and that there is a need for businesses to stop looking for a China fix. While strongly calling for boosting of the manufacturing sector, Mr. Jaishankar goes on to say, no major country in the world has sustained or enhanced its global position without building up on manufacturing, and India needs to follow this and focus on it. The External Affairs Minister also said that India should not allow a level playing field for others who subsidize their production, and that it must not let other businesses enjoy advantages in the country at the expense of our own. We at AJAX believe in the same reasoning and believe that, just like the Honorable Minister, that Make in India is not just an economic or a manufacturing program, but a strategic statement of intent. To be clear, we advocate for healthy competition over protectionism. However, it is crucial for the government to scrutinize the construction sector with the same diligence that is applied or has been applied already to other industries. At AJAX, we take pride in contributing to the nation-building process. Our commitment goes beyond structures. We provide end-to-end concreting solutions with a diverse product range that we were so lucky to present to you at our own MegaCon. That ensures excellence in production, which means the batching plants, the transport of the concrete, which happens via transit mixers, placement of the concrete, which is pumping and placement via concrete pumps, SPVPs and boom pumps. And finally, all of you had a chance to look at our world-class paver. For those who heard me and did not in the past, I must say this, that we took a very bold step sometime around the period of COVID and developed this machine ground up in less than 9 months. And I want to believe that this could actually be a record in the development of such a product anywhere in the globe. In the past, all of these products were imported in the country. And that's the context that I was trying to emphasize upon in some of the statements that our External Affairs Minister has been quoted about. Friends, I am saying this with a degree of honor and pride. Today, we could perhaps be the world's largest manufacturer of self-loading concrete mixers, and I welcome you to the home of the same. This particular plant is the plant that makes those self-loading concrete mixers, where today in the country we have more than 75% retail market share. In fact, AJAX is a shining example of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Over the last so many years, our core population of the last 8 years, or let's say the active population of the last 8 years, is churning 12% of India's cement into concrete, and that's not a small number. And that is the one that is contributing to the nation's growth. However, today, we are not limited to SLCMs. We have proven products across the entire range of concrete equipment that is required for the construction industry. And today we have been able to demonstrate to you a step even greater and higher, which catapults us into the domain of 3D printing. But more than just products, we look at a project and identify all of the needs for it. And we want to provide an input to each one of them. And one such example is the AJAX School of Concrete. The premises in which you are sitting, the auditorium that you are using, belongs to the AJAX School of Concrete.
At the Chennai site, this was the first site. The machine was built and then immediately it was transported to that site, and we have done a great marvelous job there. So you can see that. Just go ahead. Large precasts which are built so that a very big size building can be done. You can see the reinforcements. Some of the parts are 9 meters in length and 3 meters in height.
Essentially, at its heart is something that you see right in the middle, which is specialized trained GPT models, which can be deeply trained and can keep continuously learning a specific area of expertise, which makes sure that whatever answers, whatever queries we generate using this system is not generic, is not a generic response that you probably get from ChatGPT. It is a specialized, trained and custom built GPT which can handle queries across the range of subjects. The way to look at this is each of these green segments that you see are specialized, trained, custom GPTs which are on steroids. That's the heart of this intelligence system. Once we build the intelligence system, the second feature that we want to highlight is the fact that this is a multimodal system, which means that you can not only respond or probably ask questions using a chat prompt. It is a touch-enabled iPad app, as well as a voice-enabled feature. Once you ask a specific question, it does not go and fetch a generic answer. It starts to look at a very specific answer, focusing on one specific category. Once the response is fetched, the response is both multimodal as well as multilingual. What this means is you can get the response as a video, it could be an audio format, or it could be a chat format. Not only this, you can have any number of languages in which this system can respond to you, which makes it extremely adaptive, especially when it comes to working with both regional as well as global customers as well as dealers.
Cultural aspects play a significant role in determining how safety protocols are perceived and implemented on the ground. Let's delve into some of the ways in which these cultural nuances influence safety practices in this vital industry.
Go to one more video.
Concrete is the backbone of modern infrastructure. Its application demands precision and efficiency. In this video, we will delve into the various types of concrete equipment, each designed to meet specific project needs.
So all the videos that you see here are not real shoots. These are all AI generated